That's controversial.
It's controversial. It's
really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
David went from being on tour with Caesar to allegedly being involved in one of the wildest cases people are talking about right now. Rumors are spinning everywhere, but things just took a shocking turn, and we're digging into what's really happening behind the scenes. David was born in New York, but later moved to Houston, where his parents homeschooled him, cutting him off from a lot of social life. Even though David grew up quiet, he had music in his blood. He played the piano and sang in a church choir, but at that time, he wasn't even thinking about dropping his own tracks. Since he didn't go to a regular school, David spent most of his time online, chilling with friends and getting hooked on Fortnite. He even dreamed of becoming a pro gamer, but that dream flipped into something totally unexpected. He started uploading Fortnite highlight clips on YouTube, but things got messy fast. His videos kept getting copyright strikes because he used songs that weren't his. David was frustrated and didn't know what move to make next, until his mom dropped a game-changing idea. She told him, "Why not make your own music?" That's when everything switched up. David started creating his own beats and posting them on SoundCloud, and soon enough, people started noticing. His name began buzzing across social media, and that's when the story of David really started to take off. Tracks like Take Me to the Sun, You and I, and Run Away were already pulling in crazy numbers, but everything changed in 2022 when David dropped Romantic Homicide. That track exploded on TikTok and shot up the Billboard Hot 100, landing at number 33. Fans couldn't get enough, and soon David was nominated for Best Music Video at the Hollywood Music and Media Awards. His rise was wild. The labels noticed the heat too. Darkroom and Interscope saw how fast his fame was growing, and just a few months after Romantic Homicide dropped, David signed a major deal. He didn't waste any time, hitting the charts again with Here With Me. It felt like nothing could slow him down. His music, his vibe, his story, it all seemed unstoppable. But now, everything's flipped upside down. David's not trending for his music anymore. He's under investigation for allegedly taking someone's life in a brutal way. What's even darker is how people are now looking back at his lyrics, wondering if he'd been hinting at something this twisted all along. In his haunting track, he sang, "In the back of my mind, you died and I didn't even cry. No, not a single tear, and in the back of my mind, I killed you and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you." At the time, everyone thought it was just raw emotion, but nobody ever imagined it could tie into a real-life case this disturbing. David dropped his very first EP in May 2023, and he didn't slow down for a second. Just a few months later, he came back with another one. His name was buzzing heavy in the industry, and soon he started linking with some major players in the rap world. Even Caesar brought him out on tour to open her shows, and that move sent his popularity through the roof. He kept riding that wave, and by 2025, he teamed up with Uchis for their dreamy collab Crashing. By then, David wasn't just rising, he was dominating. He had over 30 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and when his first full album dropped in April 2025, it was clear he had officially made it. Fans were hyped, and everything looked like pure success. But behind the fame, there was something dark that no one saw coming. While David was living his best life on tour, it's now alleged that he had a body hidden in the trunk of his Tesla the entire time. In August 2025, he kicked off his first solo tour, but just a month later, everything came crashing down when shocking news hit the internet. A body had been found inside his car. Reports say his Tesla was towed after he left it abandoned in Hollywood. A few days later, at the impound lot, someone noticed a horrible smell coming from the vehicle and decided to check it out. That's when the police were called. And what they discovered inside was chilling. The victim was identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Celeste had been gone for months before anyone even realized, and by the time investigators found her, the body had already started decomposing since spring. Detectives were struggling to figure out exactly how she died, and soon after, police began locking down details, keeping a lot of evidence under wraps. Still, word spread that her remains were discovered in a horrifying state. People online couldn't believe what they were hearing. Even though the body was found inside his car, David kept performing at first, acting calm and cooperating with investigators like nothing had happened. Fans were confused, nobody really knew what was going on, and rumors were flying everywhere. But when more shocking stories about David started surfacing, everything took a dark turn. It turned out Celeste wasn't some random stranger caught in a tragedy. She and David actually had a history. They'd known each other for years and were reportedly in a long-term relationship that had plenty of ups and downs. The revelation sent fans spiraling, wondering what had really happened behind closed doors. According to multiple sources, David first met Celeste back in 2021 through Fortnite, and from there, their connection only grew. What started as a simple online friendship soon turned into something much deeper and possibly far more complicated. In 2025, things took another wild twist when an unreleased track by David suddenly leaked online, a song he had recorded 2 years earlier in 2023. The track was titled Celeste, and the lyrics instantly set the internet on fire. He sang, "Oh Celeste, the girl my name tattooed on her chest, smell around clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed and be my Valentine. I want to make Cubit suicidal. These are the kind of thoughts that cross my mind." Fans couldn't believe how hauntingly personal the words were. It sounded like he was talking directly about her. Right after that leak, even more disturbing details began surfacing about David and Celeste's relationship, and soon after, the rest of his tour was canceled. His fan base was in total shock, but people close to him claimed this side of David wasn't exactly new. They said he had always acted strange behind the scenes. Then things got even crazier. On the very day police found Celeste's body in David's Tesla, a post appeared on Reddit from someone claiming to know him personally. The user said they were aware that David used to hang out with their friend's little sister, a statement that instantly set social media on fire. What made it even wilder was that this post dropped before the police had even confirmed Celeste's name, yet it clearly matched the situation. Not long after, screenshots started spreading online showing Discord messages between David and Celeste. The messages proved they'd been in contact since at least 2022. And in 2024, another user came forward claiming they personally saw David and Celeste were officially dating. The deeper people looked, the darker the story seemed to get. What made everything even wilder was that David once went live with Celeste, and during the stream, she actually called him out right in front of everyone. The moment was tense, and even though David tried to laugh it off like it was just a joke, you could tell it really got under his skin. Fans who caught the clip said the vibe instantly shifted. It didn't feel like playful teasing anymore. Behind the scenes, Celeste's family had been trying to keep her away from David, but she kept slipping away to see him. In 2024, things got so bad that her family reportedly filed multiple missing person reports 3 times in 1 year. It's now being said that Celeste had been living with David whenever she ran away from home. And to make things even more unsettling, there's a photo showing David in Celeste's own neighborhood, just 6 minutes from her parents' house. People close to David allegedly knew about their situation, but stayed quiet, with rumors claiming he was paying off some of Celeste's friends to keep them from exposing the relationship. Then, even more shocking leaks surfaced. Screenshots from Discord where David supposedly mentioned that Celeste was pregnant. The pieces of the puzzle started coming together fast, and the pressure on David was getting heavier by the day. The story spread like wildfire online, and eventually, even Uchis stepped away from the chaos, removing their track Crashing from streaming platforms. At first, David wasn't even considered a main suspect. The police said he was fully cooperating and helping with the investigation. But as more shocking evidence started surfacing, that calm front completely fell apart. A few months after Celeste's body was discovered, authorities officially announced they were opening a murder investigation. And that's when everything took a strange and chilling twist. TMZ got insider info straight from a source connected to the medical examiner's office, and what they reported blew everyone's mind. They claimed Celeste's body had actually been frozen when police found it.
Some major developments in the Celeste Rivas death. TMZ has learned that her body had been frozen, and when it was found, it was still partially frozen in the back of David's car, and it was in such bad condition that we are told the medical examiner may never be able to establish the cause of death.
That single detail flipped the entire case upside down. But then, police pushed back hard, saying that report wasn't true, and even got a judge to block the medical examiner from releasing any more information about the case. The mystery around whether the body was frozen became one of the biggest points of confusion, and possibly the key to understanding what really happened. If it turns out David did kill her and tried to freeze her body, that would make it nearly impossible for investigators to pinpoint when the crime actually took place. Still, based on what they've gathered, police believe Celeste was killed sometime around April 2025. Adding to the chaos, records show David made a secret trip to Santa Barbara around that same time, which has people wondering if something major went down there. The medical examiner's office and the LAPD kept clashing over how much of this should be made public, leaving everyone in suspense. Then TMZ doubled down, confirming that a separate insider at the examiner's office said Celeste's body had definitely been frozen at some point. They added that her fingers were so waterlogged that investigators couldn't even pull proper fingerprints from them. Another disturbing clue that's left people with way more questions than answers. Rumors online are painting a chilling picture of what might have happened to Celeste. People are saying David allegedly took her life during that mysterious trip to Santa Barbara in April 2025, and that he may have even dismembered her body before bringing it back to the house he was renting. What's being said next is even harder to believe. He supposedly hid her remains in a freezer, but for some reason, things took an even stranger turn. It's alleged that David later removed the body and placed it in his Tesla, then left the car abandoned. Nobody knows why he would do something like that, and investigators still can't piece together what really happened during that timeline. There are so many gaps and unexplained moves that keep the case shrouded in mystery. What's really creeping people out now is one of his songs called One More Dance. In the track, he sang haunting lyrics about keeping something cold. Dance with your eyes wide shut. 40 degrees roundups holding you closer than before. The only way I'm letting you go is if I can't see my hands. Fans can't help but notice how those words eerily line up with what's being alleged. It's beyond disturbing. Things aren't looking good for David at all. But it turns out he might not be the only one involved. Police believe that whoever killed Celeste and moved her body didn't act alone. While David hasn't officially been named a suspect yet, the judge has already started a grand jury to decide if there's enough evidence to indict him, and everyone's waiting to see what happens next. Investigators have been pulling in witness after witness, trying to piece together every angle of this wild case, and one of the key people they questioned was David's tour manager, Robert Morganroth. Nobody knows exactly what Robert was asked inside that courtroom, but someone who was in the hallway said a lawyer kept pressing him with one tough question. Why didn't you call the police? That detail alone had everyone buzzing. It made it sound like Robert might know more than he's saying. But things didn't stop there. It only got messier. Another witness who's reportedly connected to Morganroth is now allegedly on the verge of being arrested. Robert's lawyer, Evan Jennis, has been working overtime trying to handle the chaos. But get this, she's not just representing him. She's also representing another unnamed female witness tied to the case. The problem? That witness refused to show up in court. The judge didn't take that lightly and officially said she's going to be arrested for skipping her testimony. That move threw a whole new layer of mystery into an already twisted situation. Meanwhile, David's name keeps getting dragged deeper into the mess as people online dig up more questionable details. Sources claim he had a secret second Instagram page, and what he posted there made him look even more suspicious. The last known photo of Celeste alive was taken around January 2025, and in that exact same month, David posted a quiet, eerie picture of a beach on his hidden account. Fans can't stop wondering if that image meant more than it seemed, like a cryptic message hiding in plain sight. A few months after that mysterious beach post, David reused the exact same photo to announce the deluxe version of his album. And he did it on Celeste's birthday. Fans immediately picked up on the eerie timing, calling it way too strange to be a coincidence. The chills didn't stop there. Just one day after uploading that beach pic on his secret Instagram, David posted another photo, this time deep in the woods. After that, there were no more photos or signs of Celeste alive anywhere online. Now, investigators and internet sleuths both believe that Celeste was likely killed sometime during spring 2025, the same period David took that low-key trip to Santa Barbara with someone police haven't yet identified. That mysterious travel detail has become one of the biggest questions in the case. What really sent people spiraling was another photo David uploaded around that same time on his hidden account. It instantly sparked a storm of rumors. The picture seemed simple at first glance, but with everything that's come out since, fans can't stop asking if it was actually a coded clue to what really happened that spring. According to a few online whispers, there's talk that David was secretly involved with his friend Neo. Some sources claim the two were more than just homies, and that Neo might have even played a role in helping David after everything that allegedly happened with Celeste. It's all rumors for now, but the timing is what's got everyone talking. David even posted a photo of Neo grabbing him in a pretty bold way, right around the same time Celeste supposedly lost her life. Still, No solid proof has come out to back that up. Yet, what's confirmed, though, is disturbing on its own. David and Celeste had matching tattoos, and reports say she was just 14 when she vanished. Plus, leaked Discord messages showed David admitting he was hooked on watching violent graphic videos online. That detail alone has made people rethink everything they thought they knew about him. The world's only now realizing how deep and dark this story really goes, and it's clear there's still more to uncover. The case keeps twisting in ways nobody saw coming, and every new piece of evidence makes things even more shocking. If you want to stay in the loop with everything happening in this unbelievable story, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment, because this case is far from over.